20th. We are getting down to the 0 hour, guys. Like, it is on. It is so on. I just finished wrapping up yesterday's vlog, and so we all know it was not the most productive of days, but that's okay because I can make up for it today. Here's what I want to get done today. Let's see if I actually get these things accomplished. Number one, I have another package that I have to take to the, I was gonna say the hospital, that I have to take to the post office today. This package is going to be for Chaz's brother and his wife, and they have 3 babies now. I have to get that shipped off today because if I ship it off today, I'm pretty sure it'll get there in time because I shipped my, my family's gifts off yesterday and they were going to arrive by Friday, I think. When's the 22nd? Is that Friday? Yes, that's Friday. So if I ship these off, if I ship this package off to Colorado, it should definitely get there by Saturday. If we could get it to them before Christmas Eve, that would be awesome because the whole point, I don't think they watch, but if they do, John and Patty, shut it down. Just shut it down. Just skip ahead a couple minutes. I hope it can get there by Christmas Eve, and because it's full of Christmas stories, and one of our traditions in our family, we get to open one present on Christmas Eve, and it's our Christmas jammies and a new picture book, like a new Christmas story. And so we thought we would kind of extend that gift to Chaz's brother and his family. So we got them like a box full of like Christmas stories, and then we got this little jar full of story prompts. So Chaz's family is big into like, they're very creative, literally. Like, not like, oh, they're literally creative, but they're like reading wise, like, and like literacy wise, they're very, very creative. Like, they're very, very artsy in like storytelling and like poems and poetry. Like, they're just very, very literally creative. So it actually kind of goes back generations. Like, Chaz's grandfather, great-grandfather, can't remember, was a cowboy. And so he was like a ranch hand, and he had like, you know, he was a rancher and all that stuff, but he was a poet. And so he actually was a published poet, and he has all of these like Western, but like really hilarious poems, but also like heartfelt, like just amazing. Really, really good stuff. And so it's kind of been in their family for a long time, this kind of tradition of writing poetry and being good storytellers and just knowing, just being good wordsmiths. Like, they just know words really well, and like they can just put them together very well, very articulate, very creative with words. So for Christmas, we thought it would be fun to give them a little jar, and inside the jar are story prompts. So they've got like one-liners to start you on a story, like, you know, Peter was a very angry puppy, ... And so the idea is that they will come up with a story, and then we gave them a voice recorder so that they could record the story, which I've always wanted to do for our family, and I've never gotten around to doing it. So we came up with some story prompts. Chaz like wrote up, I think, 50 story prompts, which is amazing. And then we found a really cool voice recorder that they can record their stories on, and it's also a USB drive, so it can like attach right to their computer, and they can have those files to do whatever they want with it. So I kind of want this gift to arrive before Christmas Eve, or like on Christmas Eve. That way they could open it Christmas Eve and have like their Christmas stories like we do in our family. So, you know, kind of sentimental like that. So I need to get that package out the door. I also need to do a couple of last minute shopping things. I need to get something for Chaz's brother and for his sister. Yeah, I need to get something for her sister because her birthday is on Christmas Eve. And so it's Christmas presents and then also birthday presents as well. So I need to go out and get something for her today. But the main priority is to get that package out the door. And then as soon as all of that is done, once I've gotten the package in the mail and presents for my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, then I'm going to work on the gift for my sister and her wife. They are coming over on Saturday. They're coming over on Saturday for gift exchange and Christmas dinner and like a Christmas movie time. And so I'd like to have her present ready by then. So there's a long list of things, some crafty, some not, that needs to be accomplished today. It is 10 o'clock right now. I think if I book it, I can get this package out the door. I just need to find a box. I don't have any more boxes. That box right there should work. It's gonna have some extra space in it, but it should be big enough for the jar. So let me empty that box out and let's see if everything will fit in there. Perfect. Everything fits. So I'm gonna wrap up those gifts. I'm gonna try to get to the post office by 11 o'clock because I think the first trucks go out around 12, I think. I'm also a little bit concerned at how much it's gonna be. Like, I think I told you yesterday that the package I sent to my family was like $40 because it was 13 pounds. It was so expensive. So I'm hoping that because this is lighter, it shouldn't be that expensive. When we were planning our Christmas presents, I just forgot about shipping and how expensive shipping can be. Like, I just completely forgot about it. And so of course, like, I bought my dad like jars of jelly, which are pretty heavy. And then I had to give my brother-in-law coasters, which are essentially rocks. And so I'm like, great. We paid like more for shipping than the entire cost of all of those gifts. Like, it was more expensive to ship them than to buy all those gifts. But that's besides the point. That's not what this day is about. We just need to remember that when we're budgeting for Christmas because we did not expect it to be that expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap these presents and then we're gonna get this package all done up for them and hopefully I'll be getting out the door within the hour. Cross your fingers. So that was quick and easy at the post office. Like, I soared through, there was like no line. There was literally no line. However, when I was done, then the line began. So I don't know, crazy happenstance, good karma, good coincidence, whatever you want to call it. So now I think I'm gonna go to Target. I'm worried that I'm not gonna find what I need at Target though, because obviously as you get closer, things start selling out, or at least like the inexpensive options start selling out. So I don't know. Either way, off to Target we go. So I'm home. Unfortunately, I did not vlog very much at Target. I don't think I vlogged anything at Target because my hands were full. I just had chocolate. My mouth's a little bit chocolate coated right now. I found everything that I needed at Target like right away, and I don't like using carts unless I have to, so I was like holding a lot of stuff and I couldn't vlog because my hands were full. I did get everything I needed at Target. I'm not gonna share it though because again, I don't know who's watching. I don't know what little peepers are looking at me right now, so I'm not gonna share everything that I got at Target, but I will share one thing, well, two things that I found that I was like, I love these. I love these. And I don't know if I'll put them in my own stocking or if I'll put them in Milo's stocking, even though they're basically for me, but I love these. I thought these were so cute. Let me show you. It's a little donut Minnie and Mickey. How cute is that? My battery's about to die, but look how cute. They're little donuts, but it's Mickey. And it's Minnie. Like, aren't they cute? Oh, they're so cute. We're not in the normal like Zoom area. These were like in like the, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but at Target lately, they've had these like gift kiosks where like randomly it'll be just a kiosk full of like gift giving type things, like little stocking stuffers and whatnot. And so I found these in one of those like gift kiosks. It wasn't in the Zoom area. It was like in some like random display in like the electronics area, like nowhere near the Zooms. And I think they're so cute. Like I said, I don't know if like I'll put them in my stocking or I'll put them in Milo's because they'll all end up in the same place, which is over in our Zoom collection area, which I think I might have shown you guys in other vlogs, but I don't think I showed it in Vlogmas. I'm pretty sure it was like when I was warming up to Vlogmas and I was doing some vlogging after Thanksgiving, but this is how we store our Zooms. I have them in these like wooden hexagons that I found at Target, and then I just shove them in here. And I have like 3 of these. And then we've got this set up here where we've got some more Star Wars. There's like Finding Nemo and Zootopia. It all started with the Zootopia ones. Like that was the gateway Zoom, or the Zootopia. This one has the 3 fairies and Maleficent, Aurora, and the Cars. I thought the Cars Zooms were so cute. Like, they're just adorable. And then I didn't talk about the different ones in this one, but we've got Aladdin. Chaz got me the Aladdin ones for my birthday one year, which was so cute. Or maybe it was Mother's Day. I can't remember. And then I have Moana, I have more Star Wars, Beauty and the Beast, and then Baymax, because I was so happy I found this. So I started collecting Zooms after Baymax, after Big Hero 6, and so I was never able to find a little Baymax Zoom. It wasn't until we were taking our like family vacation to Arizona that we stopped in some Target. I can't remember where. It was like in Arizona or New Mexico. We stopped at a Target and I found a Baymax and I nearly lost my poop because like you can't find them. Like I had been looking for a Baymax in my area ever since I started collecting the Zooms, and they were non-existent. And if you look them up online, they're like super expensive online. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to pay that much. And they had them at the Disney store for a while, and then they disappeared, and then they came back. So it was just hard for me to track down a Baymax until we went on that family vacation. And now I've got my Baymax, so I'm pretty excited. So yes, I love the little Disney plushie Zooms. They make me so incredibly happy. So I'm so glad that we can add these ones to the mix. Okay, so Target was successful. Now I need to finish my sister's, I need to start my sister's gift. So I'm making something for my sister and her wife, and I need to get cracking on that right now. My shift at Santa's workshop begins, and that'll have to be kept secret-like until I get to a nice break point, a nice, like, you know, stopping point. So, I did it again. You guys, I did it again. I didn't pick up the camera for the rest of the day. Like, ugh. To be fair, Wednesdays are crazy pants busy. I kind of don't remember the last thing that I vlogged. I want to say I was probably getting ready to go work on Christmas stuff, which I'm still working on, and I can't obviously show you because I don't want to spoil Christmas surprises, so yeah. But I did, hold on, I got itchy eyes. Itchy eyes! So I did work on Christmas stuff until it was time to pick up Milo from school, and everything from the second I picked up from Milo from school till like 10 o'clock at night is a complete blur. So I picked up Milo from school, and he had a birthday party to go to yesterday, and it completely slipped my mind, like totally slipped my mind. I even like missed the RSVP date, which I felt so terrible about because the parents had asked to RSVP like 5 days before, and I completely spaced on it with everything that's going on. I totally forgot. So like I texted his mom and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I've been completely like absent-minded about this. I'm so sorry. Is there any room for Milo? She's like, of course, you know, there's plenty of space for him. So then we went to Target right after school yesterday today, you know, on Wednesday. So we went to Target right after school to go pick out a present for for Milo's classmate. And then as soon as we were done at Target, we came home. We had about a half hour before I had to go pick up Chaz from work because we only have one car. We only have one car, and it was Wednesday night, so I have youth group. And we were going to go bowling, and I had to pick up all of the girls and go bowling and take them to the bowling alley. But at the same time as Milo's birthday party. So I would have to be in 3 places at one time because I'd have to pick up Milo, take him to the birthday party, be at the birthday party, but at the same time pick up all the girls and go bowling. So I had Chaz come home early from work, and we had to go borrow his mom's car because she's out of town. I think she comes back to Thursday or Friday. So we had to go drive to Chaz's mom's house, pick up her car so that he could take Milo and go to the birthday party. And then I had to go back home and wait for all of the girls to come to my house because I was supposed to go pick them up, but then I decided, no, let's make it easier and just have everybody come to me. So they all came to my house. I picked them all up. We all gathered together at our house, and then I drove everybody to Mount Horeb, which is about a half hour from here, to go bowling. The only reason we went in Mount Horeb and not in our town is because apparently Wednesday night is league night here in Verona, in our town, and so all of the bowling alleys in our area were full. Like, there was nowhere for us to go bowling. We went bowling, which was great. I was not in the mood. Like, I'm tired, guys. Like, I am running on fumes right now. And I was just not in the mood. I just wasn't in the mood. And it was kind of a weird situation because we were there on time. Like, we started at 6:30. That's like the time we're supposed to start. And you know, like, you start your bowling, you start your games, and you get everybody all lined up. And then this girl came late. She was like a good 30 minutes late. And we had 3 lanes divvied out amongst the whole group, and each lane had a leader. So I was in one lane, and then there was another woman, and then another woman in a 3rd lane. And so I don't know why, but for some reason, both of the leaders decided that this girl should be in my lane. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It was a little bit awkward because the woman who was in charge, like, it was her activity that she had planned. She just kind of gives me this girl. She's like, okay, this girl came late. Find a place for her in your group. I'm like, oh, okay. And the only place that she could take was my spot. And so I'm like, okay, you can just bowl for me. Like, you can just be me. And she's like, okay. So then they bowl and they're having a great time. And I'm just kind of sitting there, not really doing anything, which I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's not about me. It's not for me. It's for these girls. Like, it's no big deal. And then at some point they wanted to do Uno bowling, which is really fun in theory. And so the idea is you get your Uno deck and each card has a different like style of bowling. So like if you draw a 0, you don't do anything. If you draw a 1, you have to bowl on 1 foot. If you draw a 2, you have to use both hands. Like that kind of stuff. And so the woman who's in charge of the activity, she comes up to me, she has got like all these Uno cards, and she's like, okay, so we want to do Uno bowling, but I don't really know like what we need to assign, so like here, you do it. So she gives me this deck of cards and a pad of paper and a pen and just walks away. And I'm like, okay. So I like get on Pinterest and I look up Uno bowling, and luckily somebody else had already made a list of like, okay, if you draw a 3, you do this. If you draw a 1, you do this. If you draw a skip, you do this. If you draw a wild, you do this. So I just like rewrote the list. It was no big deal. But it was just kind of like, I don't know, I was just kind of thrown off by it, and it didn't help that I was tired and hungry, because thinking back on it now, I hadn't eaten anything all day. I had just been working so hard, and I had just been go with everything lately. I completely forgot to eat all day yesterday, which was really bad for me, because like if I don't eat, I get like super shaky and I get really dizzy, and obviously I get angry. Like I'm just not a happy person when I haven't eaten. And it had been such a crazy day, I just never had a chance to actually eat a meal. I had like little snacks like granola bars and carrots and a protein shake, but like nothing actually substantial. So I was already like ticked off that I'm not getting a chance to bowl, but that's fine. It's not about like me. It's an activity for these girls. So I was okay with that. But then this woman just kind of throws this like game in my lap. She's like, this is what we want to do, but I don't know how to do it. So you figure it out. And it's like, okay. And then we went super late, like so late. Normally our activity goes from 6:30 till 8, and we were still bowling at like 8:15, 8:30. And I'm like, I just want to go home. I'm starving. I'm tired. I got a massive headache. I've just literally been sitting here this entire time, not really doing anything, while everybody else gets to bowl and have fun. And yeah, I can like cheer and encourage people to do good jobs and stuff like that, but I never actually got a chance to bowl. And and so at the end of it all, the woman who's in charge of this activity, the leader in charge, she's like, okay, now we're gonna go get ice cream. And I'm like, girl, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I wanna go home. Because not only is it like 8:30, but I have to drive another half hour to get home, just to like our town, and then I have to drop all of the girls off and then go home myself. So I was looking at another hour in the car at least. And she's like, okay, let's go have ice cream. And I'm like, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm starving. Can we please just go home? And I was the only leader going back to this, so like most of our group lives in Mount Horeb, and then the other half lives in Madison. And so I was the only driver coming out of Madison, so there was nobody else to take these girls home. And it's like, I was just done. I was so done. I was so done and angry and hungry and just frustrated. So we go to Culver's, everybody gets ice cream. I couldn't get ice cream because I forgot my Lactaid, and I couldn't eat anything with gluten in it, and I didn't want to get like an actual meal when everybody else is getting ice cream. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just wait till I get home. Plus I can't eat and drive on the way home. So yeah, it was a little bit like, guys, this is just not what I need today. This is just not what I needed today. But it's not about me, it's about like serving these girls and giving them a good, fine, fun, festive thing. I just felt terrible because all of these girls didn't get home until like 9 o'clock at night, and they have school the next day. And some of them have like Bible study in the morning, which is like, I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning they have Bible study. And so it's like, guys, we can't do this. Like, this is not okay. I was just really frustrated. It was just a very frustrating night, and it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. Here I thought it was just gonna be a quick in and out. We're gonna go bowling, we're gonna do this, we're gonna be done, and we're gonna go home. But it was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, and I just wasn't in the mood. I just wasn't in the mood, which I think I've talked about before in some of these Vlogmases, that it's just like, you know, some days I'm just not in the mood. I'm not a night person. I'm definitely like more happy and chipper in the morning, and I am not 20 years old anymore, and I go to bed literally between 9 and 10. Unless I'm working on stuff, I am in bed or like done for the day by 9. Like, I am not a night owl, and so it's just hard because you have to stay chipper and happy and fun and spunky and wonderful and exciting. And I was not into it last night. I just was not into it. Wednesdays are just insane. And a lot of it was because of this birthday party conundrum, but most of it is just because of these midweek activities that just really get me flustered and like frustrated, because I mean, let's face it, I'm a control freak. I like things to happen when they're supposed to happen. And if anything is outside of that plan, it takes me a while to adjust to it. Like, it's not that I'm not flexible, it's just that I need a second to like, okay, let me process what's going on. Let me make sure that nothing else is going to be affected by this change, because I've got a lot of balls in the air. I've got balls in the air, I've got spinning plates, I've got everything going on. And one little thing can kind of put everything out of balance. And so changing our location, because we were originally supposed to be going bowling in Madison, which is why I didn't have a problem like with Milo's birthday party and all these other things. Like, it was gonna work out just fine because the birthday party was actually near the bowling alley, so it was gonna be perfect. But then this last minute change in the plans was to now all of a sudden go to Mount Horeb, which adds to me a total of 2 extra hours in driving, to be honest. Maybe an hour and a half of extra driving. And it's just like, I can't, I just get really, really angry when things like that happen, because it's like, I have all these other moving parts that interact with one another. And if one thing goes out of place, or if one thing needs to change, or if one thing takes longer, then it affects everything else. And I'm not saying that like I'm the only one who has this predicament. It just feels like everybody else doesn't seem to have this kind of problem. Or at least they're not talking about it. Like, maybe they're just not being vocal about it, because I'm pretty vocal. I will let you know that right away. Like, if something is like, why are we doing this? This is pointless. I am definitely the first person to say that. Especially when it comes to like this youth group stuff, because I feel like there's a tendency to overcompensate, or not overcompensate, but just kind of like just keep doing and doing and doing and doing and doing, and not realizing, okay, what effect is this actually having in my life? Like, do I have time to do things with my family because I'm doing stuff for the youth group? Do I have time to do things for, you know, my personal happiness because I'm doing stuff for youth group? Like, I just feel like there's this tendency sometimes to just keep give and give and give and do and give and do and give. And there's no, or at least, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but there's no like actual time to think like, okay, is this actually helping? Or is this actually like necessary? Is this actually like crucial? Or is this just because we want to fill time? Or I don't know. I get kind of touchy when it comes to these like volunteer things at church, just because I feel like it is very, very easy to just keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. and not really stepping back and reflecting on like, okay, but is this actually helping, or is this just a good idea? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still obviously a little bit flustered. My feathers are definitely ruffled after last night, and I just need to calm down. I just need to calm down. Doesn't help that I'm super stressed, and that's probably why I'm so like, is because I am very stressed right now with all the Christmas stuff and last minute things thrown in my lap and trying to make Christmas special and fun, but also like be responsible financially with Christmas and stuff. So it's tough. It's tough. Christmas is fun, but it's just really difficult when you're in charge of making Christmas fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stress. It's just stress. That's all it is. We just gotta make it, what, 4 more days? It's the 20th. Well, right now for me, it's actually the 21st. But there's like, what, 4 or 5 more days? I can handle it. I can handle it. Thank you so much for letting me vent about this. I apologize if it's like way too boring, but sometimes you just gotta lay off some steam amongst the chaos that is the holidays, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for letting me just like blah and get it all out, because now I'm ready to get back to work. So I'm gonna finish this vlog here for today. Again, sorry, it's a little bit, things are getting a little bit sloppy in regards to the vlogs, but I know you guys understand why. I think I might extend Vlogmas a little bit after Christmas, just because I would like to kind of, you know, wrap up gifts that I made, or at least like share with you some of the gifts that I made for Christmas, and also just to have like vlogs that aren't heavily Christmas related. Because I think after Christmas I want to start I want to start reorganizing my nail polish. But anyway, I have kept you guys long enough. I have to go get started with Thursday's vlog and to actually make some progress with presents today. So I will see all of you in the next vlog.